There's a very crowded field in one local state Senate contest. Today they faced each other in the same room. Herald Tribune political editor Zach Anderson was there, and earlier I sat down with him to talk about the race. Political editor of the Herald Tribune, Zach Anderson, welcome to Studio B. And you attended the Argus Foundation question and answer candidate forum today. All the state Senate candidates in a pretty crowded field was there.
Yeah, so this is the race to replace Nancy Dietert, who's been in office 8 years now. And it's a Senate seat covering Sarasota County and part of Charlotte County. 5 Republicans running, 1 Democrat. The Argus Foundation is a pro-business group, so it was focused on economic issues, and they all sort of offered their thoughts on economic development for the state.
And some real familiar names, Nora Patterson, Doug Holder, Ray Pilon, and Greg Stubbe, all have held elected office here.
Yeah, so you have a pretty crowded field on the Republican side, and you have some people that have a lot of experience, so the voters definitely have their choice of candidates who have been involved in state government and local government in the past, so it'll be interesting to see how they distinguish themselves. There are some candidates that have kind of more moderate views and those that have a little bit more conservative views, and there's also going to be questions about who raises the most money. You know, in a crowded field, you're going to have to raise some money to be able to get your name out.
Yeah, to how to emerge in this crowded field, it seems like they're very similar on a lot of issues. There's probably going to be one issue or two where they can maybe separate themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, social issues, there's candidates that are more moderate on issues like abortion. There's differences on gun issues. You have Greg Stubbe, state representative from Sarasota, who's really pushed these kind of pro-gun rights issues in the legislature, and then you have candidates who have been a little bit more moderate on that issue. And then, things like taxes. Even today, it was brought up, what would you do to help businesses? And Stubbe mentioned that he'd like to repeal this tax on commercial leases, where if you have a business, you have to pay a sales tax on commercial leases. And Nora Patterson said she'd be open to that, but there's a lot of state needs that need to be funded as well. So there's a difference of opinion maybe there on taxes and other issues as well.
All right, well, I know we have several months left. There's going to be a lot more events like this. Zach Anderson, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.